Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Legend of Keepers: Career of a Dungeon Master. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about 20 bucks. I stress early access, that means everything that you're about to see here is subject to change. Although, from what I'm told in my press email, the game is due out of early access soon. They didn't give me a date. They just simply said they updated the game and it would be the last update before release. Anyway, what is Legend of Keepers: Career of a Dungeon Master? Well, it is a dungeon management game and roguelite sort of mashed together into one. You are the bad guy. You are the boss. You are the head honcho. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be collecting and leveling up. I don't want to say I don't want to say workers, but more like monsters. So you're gonna have like skeletons and like fire elementals and ice monsters and all sorts of different creatures that have different elemental abilities, and even the brute force ones will join you too. But you're gonna be hiring them and leveling them up, and then seeding them in your dungeon to prevent the heroes from reaching you and killing you. So if you've ever played the board game, well, card game, Boss Monster, it's kind of sort of similar to that, kind of sort of. Now, because this is a roguelite, you're going to start off at the worst level possible, and then as you continue branching off down the paths, you'll get stronger and stronger and stronger until you either die or you end your run. At which point, you earn experience, and then if you level up to the next level, you earn a talent point, and then you can assign that talent point into your skill tree. There are a total of 3 different bosses that you can be. You start off with one of them, he's pretty good, but you unlock 2 other ones as you continue playing the game. There's also different maps, I guess you can call them. Like, there's a progression to your roguelite, so even on the meta map, like, it's not just go in, complete your run, get out, go in, complete your run, get out. You can actually choose the next map. So there's like a map level 1, map level 2, map level 3. And then when you get far enough, you unlock Ascension mode and Endless mode. But you have to complete the other maps/levels on the meta map before you reach those. In fact, I couldn't tell you what the Ascension mode does because I haven't gotten that far yet. So this game is quite repetitive because most of the time in your run, you're going to be presented with, like, the game is broken up, or a run is broken up over several weeks. So on week 1, you'll have like 2 or 3 things to choose from. Defeat these adventurers, or go to the engineer and level up one of your traps, or do this event, which is random, or go to the gym and level up your boss in some way, assuming that you've got enough tears and blood, which is like side premium resources that you'll get sometimes. But primarily what you're going to be earning is gold, and you're going to spend those gold to, again, either upgrade your troops or slash monsters, upgrade your traps, or just full out buy new ones. What's cool about this game, since I've last played it, is that you can actually customize your run whenever you start it up. So you can actually adjust the difficulty level. There's easy, normal, hard, but there's also sliders. So there's like weak, medium, or strong heroes, or high, medium, or low gold gains, or high, medium, low master life, or motivation lost, 0, medium, or +1, or game length, normal to long. Now, motivation is a resource in this game that I was very annoyed with, and I'm glad they gave me the option to remove it. But as you would expect, the easier you make your game, the less experience you earn per run, and the slower the longer it takes, I should say, the longer it takes for you to level up your meta boss. Okay, so you can make your runs very easy, but it's just going to take you longer to level up your bosses. But anyway, motivation is a resource that your monsters will use, and every time they fight and die in a run, they're not gone permanently, but they do lose motivation. And motivation will affect them in various ways. Primarily, though, can you use them in your next run? Oh, my motivation is too low. No, I can't. So you kind of have to switch out your monsters from time to time. Let the ones with low motivation rest. There are events that will pop up that will allow you to recharge your motivation, but I just got rid of the motivation completely in my run. I was super happy. That way I can continue building this super crazy team and not have to switch out monsters in the process. But if you wanna experience the game, and get a bit more tactful, like, oh, this guy's getting low in motivation, so he has to go away now for a little while. But I'm gonna replace him with this guy, and he'll synergize real well with this one. Synergy is another thing I want to talk about. Your monsters have elemental bonuses and weaknesses, and as do the heroes that enter your dungeon. Typically, a hero group of 3 will enter your dungeon per week, or whenever you choose that event. And each one will have different spells and abilities, but they also have different resistances. Like this hero might be resistant to fire by 30%, or this one might be weak to fire by 20%. So at the beginning of your fight, you're going to be going from room to room, seeding the dungeon. And these rooms are randomized every time you play, so sometimes it's going to be the same quantity, but not the same order. So you're always going to have 2 monster rooms. You're always going to have 2 trap rooms. You're going to have a magic spell room. You're always going to have those. And then the boss is the last room. But the order in which they happen is randomized. So sometimes the heroes that come into the dungeon will have to face off against one monster group first, then experience a trap, then your magic spell, then another monster group. Or the next run, it might be monster, monster, trap, or maybe the next one might be monster, trap, monster, spell. You know what I mean? So you'll have to think about these things, because the traps and the abilities that your heroes, well, not heroes, your monsters have, will synergize in various ways. So, for example, I have this ballista trap in one of my runs that whenever it hits a monster, it will give them armor break for 3 turns. Well, I have a monster that whenever you hit him, and if he has armor break, then it'll do an extra 100% physical damage. So ideally, if I see that there's a monster room right behind a trap room, I'll put my ballista down in the trap room, give them armor break, and then in the next room, my one monster is ready for him, and they've already got that armor break debuff. So my one monster is able to go in there and just do a crap ton of damage right out of the gate. So again, you'll be synergizing your monsters and your traps, and you'll have to think about that whenever you're putting your monsters down. And you get 3 monsters per room as well. But these heroes are typically stronger than you. Yes, you can level up your monsters, but typically they are stronger than you, especially on the harder difficulties. So, with all that said, do I recommend this game? I do. It is repetitive. I just want to say that. It is very repetitive. The fights are just the same thing over and over again. Okay, gotta seed my dungeon. Gotta think about the resistances. Okay, good. All right, got it. All right, won the fight. Next one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this week. All right, I'm presented with these 2 choices. I'll do this week. Okay, I'm going to level these guys up this week. Okay. Oh, there's another fight. All right, back to the dungeon. Got to seed my dungeon. Okay, monsters, traps, got. All right. So it's just constant. Same thing over and over and over again. That may bother some people. But the fact that there's permanent progression after every run is really cool. Again, each boss has their own talent tree. So you'll be able to level up your bosses and make them even stronger. And you can even level them up in the run too. They just won't be able to keep that, leveling up in that run and carry it over to the next one. Like, for example, your boss can work out at a gym and gain health or regeneration or make their abilities stronger, whatever. So there's a lot of leveling up, a lot of different resistances, a lot of different events that happen in this game. That being said, it can be repetitive on occasion. Do I recommend it? Yes. Absolutely. I enjoy a roguelite, and I enjoy dungeon management of sorts. You're not going to have hardcore management. This is more of a manage your monsters, level them up, level your traps up, and then on occasion get them to work together as best you can. That's the general flow of it. Again, in between fights, during weeks where it'll be just pick this or pick that. Sometimes you have to think about, okay, I have a choice. Do I send this group of monsters to pillage? They'll be unavailable for 3 weeks, but I get all this gold. and then they won't be available for the next 3 weeks, so I can't use them to fight with. So there goes my dream team for a while. So you have to think about those things in between your fights. But yeah, I do recommend it. It is a lot of fun. You'll get a lot of playtime out of this, assuming that you don't mind the same grind over and over again, what with the constant battling and so on. So yeah, go check this one out. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.